Welcome to Couple Chat. I'm Matt.
I'm Jackie. This is Nate. And Kala just ran across the camera. That's why we were late.
Yes. Everyone on Instagram saw.
Yeah.
So, we are going to try and finally get comments up.
Yeah. Oh, we're so excited to interact with you guys again.
Hopefully.
Crossing our fingers.
So, today we are talking PIXAR'S Soul. Mm-hmm. For those of you who don't know, it is available to stream on Disney Plus right now. I think it came out Christmas Day.
Yes.
So, yeah. Go check it out. First things first. Our first impressions. If you want to go for it, what you thought.
Yeah. I really think it's a great film. Regardless of if it being animated or not, it has a very good story. And it made me think personally about what I'm doing and where I'm at and how to kind of enjoy each day as it comes at me. It definitely gives you a new look on life, and I really, really appreciated that, especially at this time with everything going on. It's, been really hard to kind of get back into the swing of things, because, there is no swing of things right now. It's all kind of miscombobulated and distraught.
It's a very uplifting film in ways that you wouldn't expect.
Yes.
It's not your typical Pixar film, even
Which I
though
think
it
I liked.
is.
Yeah.
It definitely has Pixar elements, and it definitely has, an overarching theme, and you're going to walk away with something. But at the same time, it feels very adult. Very, very different from their other films in that respect. Whereas, something like Toy Story, for instance, is about growing up and childhood and things of that nature. Soul almost feels like someone who is way past their prime, but trying so hard to continue to do what they love, even though maybe that's not the right thing for them. It's definitely a movie about finding yourself. Mm-hmm. And, there was one moment. Pixar movies tend to get to you emotionally. Yes. I didn't get really that emotional with this one, but there was one moment that got to me because it personally hit me and made me think about my own life. Mm-hmm. I didn't, completely break down, as I've done with many Pixar movies.
Inside Out.
Yeah. Bing bong, bing bong. Yeah. Inside Out's a tough one to get through. Yeah. But, there's another perfect example where that one is about childhood and about exploring your, you being a kid and then your emotional range as a child. And this isn't like that. Mm-mm. You follow an adult and he's very self-centered, even though he doesn't realize it. He seems to be a nice guy on the surface. And he is, don't get me wrong. But then as the film goes on, you uncover more about him and you realize that maybe he's not such a nice guy. And that's a big theme, I think, within this. Not about
everyone's what they seem.
Right. And finding that out for yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, so...
But our first impressions of it,
yeah, it was great.
It was great.
Maybe it's not my favorite Pixar film, but I still really enjoyed it. It's very hard to say, oh, I don't like a Pixar film. There are a few. I'm sure you people are going to hate me for saying this, but I'm not a big fan of Ratatouille. Thought it was okay.
Give or take it.
And hate me some more. I really don't like Up. I like the first 5 minutes, and the rest is bleh.
But
terrible story.
We have not seen it in a long, long time. And Matt still won't give it a chance.
No. But anyway.
So first impressions of Soul.
Yes.
It was great.
So that was our first impressions. Jackie, take it away with the beginning of our list.
Yeah. So it was definitely good to watch as a couple, just for the fact that it gave us something to discuss and kind of bounce off of each other afterward. We watched this on Sunday. Today's Tuesday. So we had, we had an hour or so afterward where we were kind of just talking about it. And yeah, like how does this relate to our real life and how, as individuals and then also as a couple and just like parents and what we want to instill in Nate as he grows up and things like that. It really makes you think. And I like that. And you as a couple, you go on dates to see movies to have something to discuss at dinner. That's what we always do. We always see the movie first and then we go to dinner after because we like having that time to really delve. Well, yeah, if possible. Pandemic, aside.
Well, I just mean, like, sometimes, depending on the time, I mean, we won't have to deal with this anymore, but, like, when you go to see a movie, sometimes you can't get the time slot that you're looking for.
True.
So you
so you have to go to dinner before. Yeah. But, most people do dinner and a movie. Right. So you do try to have something to discuss either before or after. Great. But I definitely think it's a great movie for a couple because it definitely gives you lots to think about. Whether you're a new couple or you've been together for years, it's something to really open your eyes and think about your life choices and what you're doing right, what you may feel like you're doing wrong, and how you want to fix it. Right. I think it's really, really great for couples.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Cool. So, next up, is it family friendly? So this is an interesting one because it's so strange to say this, but being a Pixar movie, you would expect, yeah, cool, I'm going to take my kids to go see this. It's Pixar. It's animated. Yeah, I should experience this with my kids. So it's yes and no with this movie. Again, it's following an adult, which is not something that is common for Pixar films. We were racking our brains to try and figure out like what Pixar film follows an adult, strictly just an adult. And there's very few, like we were like pulling at straws really, like, well, the cars in Cars are adults. The guy in Ratatouille is he's in his early 20s, but like this guy is his name Jim Gardner?
No, Joe Gardner.
Joe Gardner, right? He's in his 40s, it seems like,
he's older for sure.
Yeah, and that I think in itself is leaning more towards an adult audience. You're not realizing that until you watch the film. Yeah, you can see obviously trailers and promotional material are all geared towards children. It's Pixar. It's a no-brainer. But honestly, you'd probably find more enlightenment out of it if you were just doing it as a couple or even watching it on your own. Mm-hmm. I know I have a friend of mine who is single and he's a great guy, and he told me he was watching it again the other day when I was talking to him. And I was like, really? Watching it again? And this is before I had seen it. And now that I saw the film, I was like, holy crap. Now I get it. I understand. Like, this is a film for people who are dreamers and who want to try to do what they want to do, but may not be seeing the whole picture, So, yes, it can be family friendly. You can take your kids to see it. They just might not get as much out of it as you were expecting. You're probably going to take more out of it if you want to go into a movie that way. Some people go and it's like, yeah, popcorn fare, cool, I'm watching a movie. Some people go to see a Pixar movie and I'm sure it's like, yeah, okay, kids are watching it. I don't care. Right. But this movie, honestly, if you're going to watch it, even with your kids, you should really pay attention and get into it because it is a movie for you. It is a movie for parents. It is a movie for couples. It's not so much a family movie.
I think it's more so to kind of add on to that. We were talking about it. If you wanted to watch it with your family, it's good to watch it with like your teenage children. If you have a child under the age of like 12 or 11, they may not be able to comprehend a lot of what's going on, and they may not be able to pay attention really, because it's not about cars. It's not about toys. It's not about their feelings. it's
cutesy,
so much more than that. The
Sure.
cutesy is just an underlying piece of
and it doesn't even take up as much time as you're expecting.
No.
We were thrown. I was thrown. Don't expect this movie to be all in this soul world.
Mm-mm.
You know, there's very little actually.
A lot less than we thought there would be.
Yeah, and
which was interesting.
Right, definitely not what we were expecting at all from a Pixar film.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so anyway, next up.
Cool. So our next topic is: are there prerequisites?
Nope.
Oh, sorry. Does it have an end credit scene? So Pixar doesn't really do end credit scenes from what I remember.
That's not true.
It depends, I guess. But this one does not. Although they do have animation throughout the end credits. So if you like to watch that, there's some pretty cute, funny things in there. But not necessary to sit through the credits if you don't want to.
Okay, and as she said, are there any prerequisites? Completely no on this one. If you've never seen a Pixar film before, that's perfectly fine. This doesn't really have any connections to anything previously, and as far as we know, it won't have any connections to anything in the past. It is a nice, standalone film that you can enjoy without any worries of anything.
Yeah, it's just strictly entertainment.
Right.
And then the next part is, when should you see it? So it is available. It became available on December 25th, and so it's been about, 2 weeks now?
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, so this is its second week running exclusively on Disney Plus. So if you don't have Disney Plus, and you're really not sure if you want to take that leap to purchase it or rent it or subscribe to it, whatever, you don't necessarily have to jump the gun and do it for Soul. I'd say yes for like Mandalorian or other content on there. But if you're not jumping to get Disney Plus anytime soon, it's not necessary to see right away. It's not like there's any spoilers or anything like that. You won't need to worry about anything when it comes to anything being ruined, I'd say, because each person is going to interpret it differently. But
it's
definitely
also not part of this huge overarching universe where people are going to be like blasting it all over the internet.
Right.
So you shouldn't have to worry about anything.
Yeah. It's a very good movie, but not necessary to see right away.
Yeah. Cool. So we banged that out.
Guys, it is. We started at 8:02? It's 8:15.
Oh, so close. Anyway.
Well, 8:02. Technically, we have 2 minutes.
So, overall, I think you guys can, figure it out for yourselves. Mm-hmm. We really enjoyed this film. We're not sure if we're going to do rankings or anything anymore. Let's give it an 8 out of 10. I mean, from what we discussed, it's bad. You'll know it's bad by the way we're talking. So,
right.
But no, we loved Pixar's Soul. It had some great moments, made us think. Not the film we were expecting, which is so great. Yeah. It's nice to get a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, it's nice to see something different and see a different
from Pixar too,
main character too, because I feel like we've never seen a middle-aged man as a main character in an animated movie that was geared toward children.
Yeah, fine.
That was geared toward children.
I can't think of the
not
name.
8 Crazy Nights.
No, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about Animalisa. Remember that movie?
Oh yeah, no.
I don't know. I know it was a huge Oscar nom, but oh my god, I don't know what they were doing with that movie. Whew, it was hard.
I still don't know what happened.
Yeah, but anyway, that was Pixar's Soul. Go see it when you can.
It's very good. That's our rating. Very good.
Yes. Disney Plus.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm Matt.
I'm Jackie. This is Nate, and Callum's back there on her pillow.
Here are the Hans signing